This is the Mercedes B-Class with a Carony system. It's a 12-inch Carony base, which is a wheelchair base, which combines with a swivel seat to make this car into a kind of wheelchair accessible vehicle. Just quickly showing how it works. The footrests, they just drop straight into there. They are adjustable if we need to. Here, put those into there, that's ready. Take the brakes off, you can roll that up towards the car. Open the car door. The handset's just through this handle here. You can bring this seat out, swings out till about 90 degrees. Just keep going till it stops. And then the seat of the wheelchair slides onto the Carony base. You bring these two things together, this to this. That's a little bit low at the moment, so I'm going to crank it up using the little cranking handle here that's sprung loaded, and just crank that up a few turns. That's probably the wrong way. Line that up until that matches up with that, and then slide it on, pushing firmly so that it locks onto that base like that. So it's locked on, it's nice and safe. Put the brake on the vehicle, and then this one here detaches the seat from the car. You press that there, you can see the locking pin releasing there as I press that lever in. So that's released. Then I can slide the seat out of the car onto the wheelchair base. When I release that, that locks it onto the base here. And now we can remove the brake, press that forward, which releases the Carony from the car. So if you close in here, you can see this clip here. So as I push the thing, that opens and closes that catch, which allows it to dock onto the thing. Like that. And then releasing again, pushing forward and pulling away. Adjust the armrest there for height to get those at the right angle. Get them nice and comfortable. You can adjust the angle of the backrest there with this one, and there's a removable lumbar support in the back there. If you think you need a little bit less lumbar support, you can remove that and pop that back into place again. Just velcros onto there.
Lap belt.
There's a lap belt here, which is an additional extra to keep you safe in the wheelchair, and that's the push handle at the back for steering. And you've got the anti-tip wheels here at the back. Pull out that knob there, that clips around like that, and then those are quite useful for tipping the wheelchair backwards, so you can step on those to tip it up to get over a curve or whatever, so you're nice and easy to get off the curb. Slot those back in.
Maybe mention reduce the height slightly for transit.
Oh yeah.
It's quite high.
Yeah. And if you're travelling along, you probably want that wound down. It's fully wound up at the moment on these things. Wind that down to a more sensible height for pushing along when you're going places. You can go all the way down like that.
Restaurant tables.
That can get you under a table, so that when you go into the restaurant or whatever, or just getting into the house, you can get your knees underneath the table. Okay. That's the Carony wheelchair, just a demonstration of how this works going into this car, which is a Ford. It's not a Ford, it's a Mercedes E-Class. Put the brake on, open the door, and this is the turnout base unit. It's an electric one in this car. Wind out the base using the handset, and the chair will dock onto these bobbins here. So, back onto the chair. Just move your hand a minute. So these bobbins and these forks need to be the same height here. In order to do that, I need to wind up this. We've got adjustment in the base unit here with this handle. So we crank this up a few turns. It's quite low geared, so I have to give it a good few cranks. It's just a few there. I've got that right down the bottom, and this is quite a high car, so I've actually got to wind that a good few turns to get it up into the right spot. So now that should dock onto there quite easily. It's locked onto the car now. I can put the brake on and then slide into the car. Push that down like that. There we go. Nearly knock your glasses off, Sam. And now Sally's weight's in the car, so the car will go down a little bit. So what we can do is we can wind this down as well. So just wind this down a little, just to take the weight off it, which means that when I take this off, it's nice and easy to take off. So take the brake off, and then that just slides off nice and easily. If you've done that little bit of adjustment, then that's it. It'll just make that transfer and that removal very easy. So, got time for leg room on this particular car because it's only a small 4-door car. So, can you lift your legs in there? And that's the end of that demonstration. Put your handset back, seatbelt on, Carony base going to the boot.